All right, so we're back for another deep dive. This time, we're really going deep on a topic that I think is fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's all about mentorship, power, and reputation. Like how are these things all connected?
Mm.
And it's based on some excerpts that we got from an article about new podcasts. And it just poses this question. Can mentoring someone actually be a strategic move in the game of power?
Oh, wow.
And then if so, how does that tie into like building a really solid, untouchable reputation?
Right. Yeah.
So let's dive into that.
Okay.
What really stood out to me in
Yeah.
this piece was how they defined power, actually.
Okay.
Because they kind of redefined it, and they said that it's not just about what you accumulate for yourself. It's actually about the impact that you have on others
Hmm.
and on the world around you.
Yes.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
Hmm.
think this source really highlights how power is not just about personal gain.
Right.
It's about leaving a lasting impact. What kind of legacy are you building? How are you influencing the future?
I love that.
It's a much broader perspective on what it means to be powerful.
Yeah. Like, are you just thinking about yourself, or are you thinking about, what you're leaving behind?
Exactly.
And that, I mean, that really ties directly into this whole concept of mentorship, right?
Right.
Because if you're mentoring someone younger, you're kind of investing in the future.
Yeah.
It's like creating this ripple effect that extends your influence beyond just your immediate sphere.
Absolutely. It's like you're planting seeds that will grow and flourish long after you're gone.
And you're not just like dumping information on them.
Right?
You're like guiding them
Yeah.
and nurturing them and helping them to become the best versions of themselves.
Yeah, it's about empowering others to achieve their full potential.
Yes.
And in doing so, you're also shaping the future of your field, your industry, or even the world.
That's so powerful.
It is. And it's not just about like feel good vibes either, you
Right.
know? Yeah.
Like, there's a real strategic element to
Mhm.
mentorship. I think this source is really asking us to consider the returns on this investment.
Hmm.
Is it about building a network of loyal allies who will amplify your influence?
Right.
Is it about shaping the future landscape of your field by guiding the next generation of leaders? Or is it something else entirely?
Yeah. I have never thought about mentorship in this way before.
Right?
Like I used to think of it as purely altruistic.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like reading this, I'm wondering, if maybe I've been overlooking a more strategic element.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about some of the people that I really admire,
Mm.
just people who I really look up to.
Yeah.
And so many of them are known for mentoring others.
It's true.
Like they're constantly, giving back and helping others rise up.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if that's part of what makes them so successful. It's not just about like their personal achievements.
They've done amazing things in their own right, but it's also about the impact they've had on others.
Exactly. It's like they understand that their success is amplified by the success of those they mentor.
Right.
And I think that's a really powerful insight.
It is.
And this brings us to that reputation piece,
Okay.
because the source argues that the type of respect that you earn through mentorship,
Hmm.
it's a very unique type of respect.
Okay.
It's not just about what you've achieved, but it's about your character, your willingness to invest in other people.
Right.
People see you as someone who lifts others up,
Hmm.
and that makes you, in turn, a more powerful force.
It's almost like it builds a shield around you. Right?
Yes.
Like if someone tries to spread a rumor about you or question your character or something like that,
Right.
the people who know you as a mentor, they're less likely to believe it.
Exactly. They've seen your integrity firsthand. They know your heart. And they know that you genuinely care about others. So when someone tries to attack you, it's like their words just bounce right off.
It's like you've built this armor of respect.
Exactly. And it's not an armor of ego or arrogance. It's an armor of genuine human connection and a history of empowering others.
Yeah. So it's like by lifting other people up through mentorship, you're not just helping them. You're actually strengthening your own position as well.
Absolutely.
You're building this reputation that can withstand just about anything.
It's like you're creating a force field of positivity around yourself.
Love it.
And it makes you a more formidable player in any field, really.
What do you mean by formidable?
I mean, someone who commands respect, someone whose opinions carry weight,
Mm,
someone who people listen to because they know that you have a track record of not just achieving great things yourself, but also helping others achieve great things.
I see, yeah. So it's not about being intimidating or anything. It's about being a force for good.
Yeah.
That's really inspiring. So, like, what's the takeaway here for our listeners? What should they be thinking about after this?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that mentorship, it's not just some nice thing to do.
Right.
It's actually a strategic move that can have some serious returns.
Okay. I like that.
So think about how you can incorporate the power of mentorship into your own life, not just to empower others,
Yeah.
but also to solidify your own position and reputation.
That is a great question. Like,
Mm.
everyone listening right now, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, how can you use mentorship to make a real difference in the world?
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I think this has been a really thought-provoking deep dive.
Me too.
It's definitely made me see mentorship in a whole new light.
Yeah, same here.
So for everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this journey. We hope you found it valuable.
Yes, thank you.
And until next time, keep exploring.
Keep learning, keep growing,